Hello, welcome back to the channel. Exciting times, isn't it, this time of year in the industry when a lot of the major manufacturers make their announcements for 2026. Tomorrow, as I film this, is Airfix are going to do their live stream on YouTube announcing their new tools for next year. And I thought I'd have a little bit of fun before tomorrow and just film a maybe a short video. We'll see on what I want them to release, but also what I think they might release. Now, straight away, yes, I know some of the guys there, but I have no insider information. If I did know anything, I would definitely not tell. I'm never going to be that guy. There's always someone, it seems, every year out to spoil everybody's fun. Definitely not. If I do happen to get a strike, then I am going to buy a lottery ticket. It's a pure guess what I think might come versus what I want. So we'll just see. We'll have a bit of fun. Be great to get your input. What do you want to see? And, you know, that could be anything. You could even say, not another Spitfire, please, if you really want to. There are Spitfires appearing in my list. I will warn you now. And what you think you might see. So put a little bit of thought into it. Try and break it down if you can to make it a little bit obvious. And, you know, if it's something really, really obscure and you think they might do that, you're definitely going to be wrong because that ain't going to happen. Right, I've got my glasses here just in case. Let's crack on. And we'll do what I want first because that's a little bit self-indulgent, isn't it? But we'll see. I'm going to start straight off the bat with Spitfires and Griffin Spitfires in 48th scale. The TR9, the two-seater, I made fairly recently, actually. It's up on the channel. I put up just the other day a sort of single project video, which seems to be going down quite well. I've got the Mark 9E in the stash that will be done at some point in Belgian markings, and I think it would be a great follow-on for some Griffin Spitfires. Now, the ones I want is I want a Mark 21. So with the sort of the new modern wing, if you like, with the high back fuselage. They do the 22 and the 24. That those two came out in the mid-90s. Very highly regarded kits. But if they could bring me a Mark 21 to the standard of the Mark 9s, if they could just get the trailing edge a little bit finer, I'd be even more happy. I'd be a very happy man. If they did a Mark 14 as well, again, I'd be ecstatic. If it's up to the standard of the Mark 9s, the TR9, which I'm sure they would be, then fully riveted. All right, it's not as fine as Edward, and yes, Edward have announced Mark 12 and Mark 14, but we're not going to see those anytime soon, I don't think. Maybe 2027. So if Airfix could bring me a 21 and a 14 high back to the standard of the Mark 9s this year, I'd be exceptionally happy. The one thing I really, really want them to do, and I know they're going to, they must do it at some point, is a Blenheim 4. So the long-nosed Blenheim. They did the stumpy early Blenheim quite some time ago now. What, we must be talking 5, 6, maybe even 7 years ago now. They brought out the short-nosed Blenheim. And it's conspicuous by its loss. I'm sure it will come. There's something in me. I nearly put it in this year's list, but there's just something in me. If they haven't done it for the last 5 or 6 years, maybe they don't want to do it. I don't know. And so that's why I put it in the want section, because I would dearly love the long-nosed Blenheim in 48th scale. I've been hankering it for a very long time. So Airfix, Dale, Matt, etc., if you're watching, come on, pull your finger out. Excuse me, still got the lingering cough. Like I say, because I can't see it coming in the next year or two, I thought I'd put it in the want section. If they could rivet it as well, that would blow my socks off, because that would save me a lot of work. Right, the other thing I want them to do is a 148 scale Tornado, especially the F3 variant. That's the one I flew back in the early 2000s. 2000, 2003, I flew that thing. And all right, it's not the best fighter in the world, you know, but it wasn't designed to be a dogfighter. It's a very good interceptor. When eventually they put AMRAAM on it, which was after my time, it was a lot more potent. It couldn't go very high, but it could go very fast, very low. Air defense is all about how big your stick is, and the higher and faster you can go, the longer your stick. So it wouldn't go very high, but you know, it's my first frontline aeroplane. I have a lot of affection for it, and I would love to see one in 1/48 scale. That would be brilliant. I'm sure at some point they're going to get around to doing the Tornado in 48 scale and 72nd at some point. And I reckon they'll probably do the GR first, because I reckon that's probably going to be the more popular one. They might not even touch the F3. And I'd be very sad about that. But it's different, considerably different. Completely, obviously, different fuselage, but different tail, different afterburners, jet pipes. They were longer. I think maybe even the wing gloves might have been different as well. And obviously all the ordnance and cockpit bits and blah, blah, blah. So considerably different from the GR. And if I'm honest, there's a lot more different marking options down the GR route. So I reckon if they're going to do a Tornado, it'll be the GR version. But I want the F3. What I also want is a retooled, modern tooling of the Hawk T1. That is my favourite aeroplane I've ever flown. You ask most British fast jet pilots, and I'm sure 99% of them will agree, the Hawk T1 is just a brilliant piece of kit. It's just such fun to fly. It's small, it's nippy, it's just great fun. It's very basic, and it's just wonderful. And Airfix's 48 scale Hawk, getting a little bit long in the tooth now. I want Airfix to do the 48 scale Hawk up to the standard that they're capable of now. As long as they get their trailing edges nice and thin. Mould it in with the flaps. Or even separate flaps if they want. But, you know, come on, Airfix, give us one of them. I know you've probably got the investment out of your Hawk. Do the Red Arrows one first. Sell it at air shows. Get the money. And then I'll have a Royal Navy one, please. Right, and the other thing I want, almost in the same part of the Venn diagram, is a Jet Provost in 1/48 scale. Wouldn't mind the Mark III, but I'd love a Mark V. Mark V, I think, will give them more options as well, because they could go down the JP and the Strike Master route. So they get more bang for their buck, but I want the Mark V in 48 scale. But like I say, I'll take the Mark III. I've done the 72nd Mark III, and actually it's a very, very nice little kit, that. Very refined. I kind of upped the refinement a bit, tidied the panel lines, sort of sharpened them up with a little bit of sort of judicial sanding here and there. Sanded all the canopy frames, all the framing off, and then masked and sprayed it, so that's a lot thinner. And spruced up the cockpit with a couple of ejection seats and a bit of PE. And it was it's a lovely little model. So if we could have that in 48th, please, I'd love that. That'd be absolutely brilliant. Right, that is the want section. I haven't gone mad, as you saw. I've gone kind of sensible, but it's what I want. And it fits in the kind of what Airfix do. It's their shtick, if you like. So, yeah, come on, chaps. I'm sure everyone's going to agree with me, and I'm sure they would sell a lot. Right. So that's the self-indulgent bit over and done with. Now we're going to move into what I think they're going to do this year. These are complete punts, absolute guesses. Like I say, caveat. Or caveat, is it a caveat? I don't know. I don't have any insider information. If I did, I definitely would not say anything. But what do I think Airfix are going to bring us in 2026? I think what they're going to bring us this year is some variants of kits they've already done in the last few years. So just some different variants. I think we're going to see some helicopters. I think we're going to see a Royal Navy Wessex in 72nd scale. Obviously, the early Crab one came out this year. I think maybe the Search and Rescue or the Jungly. You've got the sort of Falklands thing with was it Antrim's Humphrey? Was Humphrey from Antrim? I think she may have been. And they like doing these kind of special schemes where they can get the sort of, special box art thing, if you like. And it's a famous aeroplane. So there's that. Also the search and rescue with the dark raw navy blue with the bright red bits and bobs on it, I think would make a stunning model. Admiral's barges, bright green ones, all that kind of stuff. I think also we may well see the crab search and rescue version, all in yellow. I think it's more simple to do from the one that they already released. Was it the Mark II, I think, this year? Something that's quite obscure, I think, has actually done quite well for them. And I'm not surprised. I think it looks like a lovely kit. The only reason I haven't done one is I've just had too much other stuff to do that's come along. So I think we'll see that. I also think we'll see the crab search and rescue seeking come out. What is that? No, that's not the Mark 5, is it? Mark 3, I think. HAR3, is that right? All in yellow. There's also the camouflage one with the, I think it had red on it, didn't it? The Falklands one. There's obviously a no-brainer. There's bits and bobs in the tooling. It alludes to it. It's definitely going to come, and I think it might be this year. That's what I reckon. That's my prediction. The other thing is I think we'll see the Jag 2-seater. The single-seater, when it hit, it was a kit that was being asked for a very long time, always mentioned in these kind of want lists. And finally, we got one last year. I'm going to be making one this year, definitely. And the 2-seater seems really, really popular. If you sort of ask people around, it seems that, it's going to be a good seller for them. Clearly it's coming with the separate nose, and I think if it doesn't come this year, I really think it will. If it doesn't come this year, I think it's definitely going to come next year. 100%. Well, I say 100%. You can't be 100%, can you? 99% sure that if it's not this year, it's going to be next year. So we'll see when I do this next year, this video. If we haven't had the 2-seater, that's definitely going to be on the list as well. Again, 100%. Now those, I think we'll see some announced tomorrow, but I think they'll hold some back, and one of these will be a special announcement at some point. As to which one, I have no idea. I suspect of all of them, it will be the Jag, because maybe people would be expecting the 2-seater Jag not that quick. That's just me. Again, complete guess. Maybe a Telford release. Maybe a summer release surprise. Right, on to the new tools. Halifax in 72nd scale. I think we'll see that this year. The Halifax has kind of taken over from the Jag in a lot of people's wants. There's been quite a bit of noise about it. Airfix are not deaf. It does take a few years to come to fruition, though. These once they've decided on a project, 2 or 3 years. Maybe not up to 3 years, maybe up to 3 years. I don't know for some of the bigger, the 24 scale super kits. But I think we'll see the Halifax next year. I think if we do, it'll be an early version, because the reason I say that is Airfix seem to have a thing for the early part of the war. They're, look, Anson, Lysander, Whitley, those kind of aeroplanes, and I think we'll see a Halifax next year, 72nd scale. We shall have to wait and see, won't we? If they do it, I think they will do it eventually, hopefully this year. I think it will come this year, and I think over the years we'll see all the different variants. I think, like I say, we'll start off with the early nose turret, early tail Merlin engines. Then we'll go into the later sort of the one with the full perspex nose and the Hercules engines with the big fat tails, when actually it was a decent aeroplane. And certainly some coastal command markings coming in due course as well. I think they can get a lot out of those moulds, and it's coming. It's not going to be riveted though, I don't think. Not in 72nd scale. which is fine. And I think that will, to be honest, I think that will that will please most people. It won't please me, and I'll end up riveting it like I've riveted the Lancaster. But I can see that coming this year, and very exciting it will too. I think that'll be in the main section. Right, the last couple, and I don't know which flavour it's going to be, but I think we're going to see some Cold War jets in 48 scale. And I think we're going to see Fleet Air on. I reckon this year, a 48 scale Seahawk. They've done the Sea Vixen, they've done the Gannet, and it fits right in there. I don't think we'll see the Scimitar. And the reason we're not going to see that is, what can they get out of the moulds? Not a lot, I don't think, because it was a very short-lived aeroplane. There's not very many marking options. They weren't exported, and DBMK are doing it, but I don't think that would stop Airfix. But I think it's just over the wrong side of the niche line, I reckon, and they won't get the return on the investment. But the Seahawk, yeah, you've got Indians flew it, the Marine Flieger, Germany flew it, obviously the Royal Navy flew it. So you've got that sort of markings thing. There's one in the Royal Navy, I was going to say Royal Navy Historic Flight. It's not called that anymore. It's called Navy Wings. And do you know what? I was that close to flying it. Absolutely gutted. I was penciled in to fly it and then got posted to helicopters, and that was the end of that. Absolutely gutted. If I'd gone to helicopters 6 months later, I would have done a season flying that, and that would have been definitely the highlight of my career. So very upset that I've always been right place, wrong time, or wrong place, right time when it comes to the historic flight. Absolutely gutting. But anyway, digressing, I reckon we're going to see that. If we don't see that, I reckon Meteor Night Fighters. You've got the 11, the 12, the 14, could be even the T7 as well. They've dabbled in Meteors already. And again, Airfix seem to gravitate towards the Cold War. See, they've done the Hunter, the Javelin, and I think the Meteor Night Fighters, I think they're really cool, actually. If they're going to do one, Airfix again, Matt, Dale, if you're watching, 25 Squadron, please. That was my Tornado Squadron. But I really think this is the year for Cold War. And again, I think that would be a very popular choice with modelers, especially in the sort of UK, Europe. It was exported as well. There are foreign ones. I think Belgium flew the Night Fighter. I might be wrong. Someone in the comments can correct me, no doubt. But there we are. So that is the end of my short list. I didn't go mad. In summary then, what I want to see this year, Griffin Spitfires 21 with that really cool wing and the 14 high back. Definitely want to see that in 48th, please. Fully riveted. The Blending 4 long-nosed. Desperate to see that. Come on, it's been far too long. Get it sorted, Airfix, will you please? Long-nosed Blenheim. If you could rivet it, that'd be grand. If you don't, and sort of use the molds from the short nose, I'll totally understand. Tornado F3, completely self-indulgent, personal choice. My first frontline aeroplane, a lot of affection for it. And obviously, again, 25 Squadron, if you wouldn't mind. But I'll take the 56 one as well, because that was the OCU. Hawk T1, please. We need a modern Hawk T1, please. State-of-the-art tooling of that would go down extremely well and be very popular. And my mate Halves has just flown the first civilian one as well. So that's coming. I think that's in Raspberry Ripple scheme. And a JP. I'd love a 3. I'd much prefer the 5, if I'm honest. And Strike Master jobs, I could do a Saudi one. There we are. So that's the self-indulgent want list. What I think is coming, Wessex, Crabsar, Cab, and Royal Navy versions. I think we'll see those. I think we'll see the Sea King Crab, the all yellow one, this year as well. And I think we'll see the two-seater Jag. I think those will be, at least one of those will be a surprise announcement at some point in the year. I think we'll see the Halifax in 72nd scale. It's a bit of a gap. They do like their early war stuff, and it fits right in with that, and has got long legs with the tooling, with all the different versions and markings to go. And I think something from the Cold War as well. I think this is the year of the Seahawk. I really do. But maybe we'll see the Night Fighter Meteors instead. There we are. That's my list. I'm going to say it one more time. I don't have any inside information. If I've guessed correctly, and I never do, there we go. Just very quickly, what I haven't mentioned is a British Phantom. I don't think we're going to see a British Phantom this year. I think we will see a British Phantom, in 48 scale this is, at some point in the next 3 years, probably, definitely within the next 5 years, in 48 scale. And it won't be along the lines of their 72nd scale, which I think is an awful kit. I've built it. They try to just shoehorn too many options into that thing. It's got very clunky detail, and actually it's quite a poor kit. In 48 scale, though, with a clean slate, the stuff they're churning out now, I mean, the Jag is just sublime, isn't it? So, but I think it's coming, but I don't think it's coming this year. Right, there we are. Be great to get your thoughts. Just remember in the comments section what you want and what you think they're going to come out with this year. Would be fantastic. Stay tuned for my reaction video. Their video is coming out. They're dropping the announcement tomorrow as I film this. And maybe I'll get to do it tomorrow. Maybe it will have to go into next week. The day after. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, from a very, very windy Saudi Arabia, very dusty today. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers, bye-bye.